I planned to go with my friend Amelie. Of course, was a student, so I didn't have a lot of money. We knew it was really expensive, and so we're just kind of figuring out, all right, where are we gonna stay? Are there hostels or hotels? And Amelie brought up this thing that I had never heard of called couchsurfing.
Back then, in 2013, it was kind of just becoming a big thing. Staying in people's homes for free is the concept. Couchsurfing is the website.
The concept of couchsurfing, it was very similar to Airbnb, but without the cost.
Couchsurfing is like a trust network is really what it is. I mean, you're trying as a couchsurfer to say, hey, I'm trustworthy, come stay at my house, or I'm trustworthy, can I stay with you?
They make it really easy on one platform to connect with people from all over the world.
I think the essence of it is it's really a backstage pass to the world. And so the core activity of couchsurfing is just kind of what it says. It's staying on somebody else's couch.
But you're not paying people for it.
Correct. Yeah, you don't pay.
When I first joined the team at Couchsurfing in 2006, it was all volunteer donation based. I was running the Contact Us team, which is basically the team that handles all member questions. We felt we were making the world a smaller place, one couch at a time. Sounds cheesy, but we loved it.
I launched it, and then 6,000 people signed up the first year, and then 50,000 people, and 100,000 people, and all of a sudden we had 1 million people before I knew it.
It brought people closer together. It brought different cultures closer together. It was really, really exciting times.
You know, you basically create a profile, you say, you know, what language you speak and what your hobbies are and what your interests are. And then you kind of reach out to these hosts and see if you can stay with them.
Once we have agreed you're staying at mine, there is this unspoken agreement that we're taking care of each other. So there is this mutual agreement of trust.
Today's video is about the documentary Bad Host, Hunting the Couchsurfing Predator. This is a cautionary tale, predator versus prey. Before we get into it, I am Tracy Doss, and this is my channel. This video is for entertainment purposes only, to share opinions and discuss documentaries and topics around them. Dino Maglio, aka Leonardo, was a police officer from a small town called Padua, outside of Venice, Italy. Dino enjoyed hosting young, beautiful women through COUCHSURFING.com. The platform connects travelers who desire a free place to stay worldwide. This documentary tells a story from different women and their journey to finding the truth as to what happened to them. So, first I want to talk a little bit about couchsurfing. It's very appealing to young travelers because it was free. It started 2003. I actually heard about it from a girlfriend in 2006 who was very interested in traveling everywhere, but was on a little bit of a budget. So when I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit odd. I mean, who's going to host you for free? What do they get out of it? I understand what the travelers get out of it, but it also seems a little sketchy. But the review aspect of the website helped vet the people. There was over 11 million subscribers to this website, and so a lot of people trusted it. The reviews would talk about their stay and the host, and people felt safe. So we're going to first start talking about Anna. She and a friend, Amelia, used the Couchsurfing app to go to stay at Venice, Italy, but she couldn't find any availability during that time frame. So what she did was she put a message out, and Leonardo answered the message and said, yeah, come stay with me, we'll have a good time, we'll make you dinner, and I'll show you the town. And it's not very far from Venice. It's about 40 miles outside of Venice. So Anna and her friend, after reading the profile and seeing over 200 great reviews, decided that they would come stay with Leonardo, and he was also a police officer, which gave them some comfort. So as Anna's story progresses, and she tells the story in the documentary, even though she was a little unsure and uneasy at first, she just thought, maybe he's a little odd. Italians are very touchy-feely. Maybe she was just reading it wrong and there was nothing wrong. But it wasn't until that evening, after being plied with lots of homemade red wine, she was feeling a little dizzy and unwell, and she was ready for bed when Leonardo said, "No, come stay in my room. You can come stay in my bed." And she was like, "Absolutely not." And after that, everything got very fuzzy. She ended up in Rome the next day with her girlfriend, not remembering anything at all from the travel to Rome the night before. And even though she felt something went wrong, she just kind of put it in the back of her brain and decided not to go there. So it was a really tough time for Anna, because as much as she enjoyed her trip, there was some kind of like strange feeling about it. So she just kind of wanted to put it away and not think about it again. And about 8 months later, Maria, a young woman from Portugal, reached out via Facebook, and after reading reviews, collecting names from COUCHSURFING.com, she came across Anna's name and contacted her and said, I just wanted to find out if, anything was strange about your visit with Leonardo, and if so, please reach out to me. I've had an incident with him, but I don't find any negative reviews. And so that is when Anna and Maria got together, talked, and Maria decided she was going to start this group. And it's called Let's Stop Leonardo Girls. And during this time, she was doing a lot of investigation, and women were reaching out, and they got up to 14 different girls. So she knew that it wasn't just in Anna's mind. Something had happened to her, and she believed something had happened to a lot of these girls, and they were drugged, and this was really serious, and she wanted some justice. So the next story is about Kate. Kate was also part of the group. Kate was a very intelligent girl. She loved poetry and art and music, and she went out to go visit a little town outside of Padua, which was known for having Juliet's balcony from Romeo and Juliet. And so she really wanted to go see this, and she reached out looking for a place on Couchsurfing and couldn't find anything reasonable enough. And that's when Leonardo reached out to Kate and invited her to come stay with him, and that he would show her the town, and he would take her wherever she wanted to go to explore, and he would make her dinner and, do the whole Italian thing. So Kate took him up on the offer and went out to stay, and she woke up the next morning and she was so drugged she couldn't even move. She couldn't stop Leonardo. He was telling her he loved her, and she was paralyzed in fear, but also because she was drugged. So she fled to a friend of hers who lived in London, and she told him the story. He told his parents. They got the police involved, and that is when she had some tests run and went back to the United States and waited to hear from them. The next story is a little more disturbing, only because it involves a 16-year-old girl. but this is kind of what catapulted the story and made for Leonardo's first arrest. A woman named Jane brought her 2 daughters to stay with Leonardo through the COUCHSURFING app, and the next morning Mom woke up and realized her 16-year-old daughter was not in bed with them, and so she went out to see if she was in the restroom or the kitchen, and standing in front of Leonardo's bedroom door, she decided that she would open that door and see if her daughter was there. And sure enough, her daughter was there. Her daughter was drugged. Her daughter was in bed with Leonardo. So the mother took the daughter out of the bed and for 5 hours tried to rouse her, to get her up, to get her able to walk out of the apartment. And she went straight with her daughters to the police department and told them a story. And this actually led to the first conviction of Leonardo. He was arrested and sentenced to 6.5 years, which was great, except for within a few months they let him out for house arrest, and when they went out to check on him, he already had 2 couch surfing women already there. One had drugs in her system, and they sent him back to prison to continue with the 6.5 years. During this time, the 14 girls from the Facebook group had hired a lawyer, had hired IRPI, which is an investigating reporting project, Italy.
It's a great feeling knowing that he's going to spend time behind bars. We had done our part, proved that he definitely perpetrated this crime. That was my number one thing. If somebody hurt my baby, they're going to pay. I want him away forever.
Mario has been sentenced to 6.5 years in jail.
I just hope that more women come forward, because there must be so many.
Mario was sent to the military prison, and as he was still a member of the Italian Carabinieri, the military police, that's where he had to be sent.
These reporters collected as much information as they could. They hired a lawyer and they took this case to court, and they were able to get all 14 girls out to Italy to testify against Leonardo. In Leonardo's first case with the 16-year-old, he was he went ahead with the story that it was consensual and that yes, she was drugged, but she was drugged with her knowledge, and they partied together and all of this. And so knowing that that didn't work very well for him, the next court case, he decided to say, this is a conspiracy. I don't know these women that way. I never did anything but be a gracious host. I didn't drug any of them. Well, with 14 women saying that you did, and a previous sentence of 6.5 years for a 16-year-old girl, they didn't believe him, and they threw the book at him. And Leonardo was found guilty in 2019.
Signor giudice, non ci sono prove.
Despite the fact that so many women from all over the world coming to testify against him in a court, no, even that pushed him to admit his crime. No any sign of regret.
We were waiting for the verdict to be pronounced by the leading judge.
I was so nervous. Anything could happen in that moment.
nome del popolo italiano e del Tribunale Collegiale di Padova. Si dichiara Maglio Dino col giovane viene condanna alla pena di anni 12 e 28 di reclusione in aumento, così complessivamente esaminando la pena.
The women start asking us, so what happened? How many years did he get convicted? And we said, yes, it's 12 years and 8 months conviction.
15 counts of drugging, 5 accounts of aggravated assault, and 4 accounts of abusing power being a police officer. This led to a 12-year and 8-month sentence. Justice has been served. These women are warriors. They did not give up. And you know, we are more powerful in numbers. So again, this was a cautionary tale. I want y'all to be safe out there when you travel, and have fun, enjoy life, but know your surroundings, be cautious. I'll see you all soon. Thanks so much. I love you.